guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you're not, check out my channel. I post new videos every Friday. Please like, comment, subscribe, and consider hitting the bell notification so you hear when I post new videos and are always up to date on the latest and greatest from by Kelly Rose. I post videos about fashion, lifestyle, knitting, all of the things, design, create, I'm all over the place. Mostly fashion, hair, nails, things like that. Today, we're going to talk about my favorite purchases from 2022. I've seen a lot of people doing this, and at first I was kind of like, do I want to follow the crowd? But then I was also like, no, but I actually did make a lot of cool purchases last year that I kind of want to talk about. I am a product designer by trade, so I have a lot of opinions on products. So I just figured, I'll start to make a list, and the list very quickly became a very long list. So we're going to try and jump through this pretty quickly, but I did want to share with you guys the stuff that I actually liked that I used last year. We're going to kind of do this list in a bit of a reverse with what I would consider to be the most fun purchases at the back half of the video. So to start things off, we're going to talk about my favorite products. This is kind of an honorable mention, but after my wedding last year, I blew dried my hair for that style, and I'll show here how my hair looked. It was blown dry, like not bone straight, but just mostly straight, kind of kinky straight, and then we did wand curls on it. My sister-in-law is an amazing hairstylist, and she does my hair like exclusively now because like why would I go anywhere else? And amazing natural hairstylist, does great work, works on sets and all kinds of things. I mean, she's so talented. So she did my hair for the wedding. It looked amazing, but basically I was just like, wow, why have I been sleeping on blowouts? Like, is this the year of the blowout? So I did blowouts pretty much from my wedding on. My hair was constantly blow dried. So honorable mention, because I did buy my Revere maybe in 2019 or 2020. I don't even remember, but I've had it for a while, but I feel like I've used it like once prior to this year. This was the year, 2022 was the year where I really feel like I got to experience what it was like to have a great blow dryer. In fact, I have since purchased the Revlon like round brush blow dryer that everybody's raving about, and I have thoughts, needless to say. I knew it was going to be kind of hard to compare a like $40 blow dryer to a $400 blow dryer, but yeah, it's pretty much no contest which one I like better. Stay tuned for that video at a later date. My next favorite thing, if you saw my last video, which I will link somewhere on the screen, but my last video was about my goals for this year. And in that video, I mentioned some of my hobbies that I picked up last year and I want to continue to improve on this year. One of those hobbies is knitting. So I have, like with any hobby, I now have strong preferences for certain types of products. So if you are a knitter or you're interested in knitting, I'm just here to tell you that you absolutely should get one of these puppies. This is just, it looks like I keep calling it like my little like knitting paper towel dispenser, but it's basically, you have one little base here with a post, there's a metal peg in the top to help it spin, then there's the top part. This is like handmade by like a woodworker who I don't even know his name, but here we go, it's on the side here. But I bought it at this little yarn shop that's local to myself, my house, and it's so friggin' cute. Put your yarn balls on this, and then as you're knitting and pulling at your yarn, it just turns very easily, just freely, and you can continuously pull that yarn tail without having to, yank on it or having it tangled. I was doing all kinds of different things, trying out all kinds of different apparatuses for keeping the yarn ball neat. I also do have cats. At this point we had 2 cats when I started knitting. Now we have 1, and she's frankly the more mischievous of the 2 of them. They were always messing with my yarn, and it was just a huge pain to like knit. Another one of my favorite purchases, I actually bought this from my friend Terry, who was moving on to a different set of needles, but this is my first interchangeable needle set. So if you know anything about knitting, interchangeable needles are the way, the truth, the only path forward. They are basically, you get your needle heads, they're all nicely in this case, and I have like an extra like loose interchangeable needle in here as well that did not come with this set, but these are metal. They are little like this. These I think are 5-inch ones. They come in all kind of standard sizes. And then what you'll also get with this, you'll get a set of cables. So essentially what you do when you put these together is you have your cable, you put your 2 needles on the end there. So then when you go to knit, you have these nice interchangeable circular needles. Circular needles are amazing. Interchangeable needles are just like that next step of amazing. The other purchase, hobby related, that I'm very excited about is these ballet flats. Now they're not very exciting, but I bought a ton of ballet stuff last year when I started ballet. This was also mentioned in my goals video. These are by far my favorite. They're leather. I do have fabric ones that I wear to the studio because we have kind of a rubberized floor there, but I like these for my house because I have wood floors and you will slip and break your neck dancing on wood floors if you're not careful. So the last 2 products are actually in my kitchen, so I will not be showing them on screen in my hand because they're plugged in doing their job right now. But after the wedding, we got a decent amount of wedding money, which was a huge, huge blessing. Thanks to all of my lovely friends and family who sent us money. I was determined to use that stuff for house things and not like for groceries or basic stuff. I wanted to like buy a thing and be able to always be like, we got this when we got married. Firstly, our kettle. I finally got the Fellow electric kettle. It is gorgeous. It's not at all necessary. There are tons of kettles on the market that do what it does and better, but like, again, product designer, so design is in the name. So I like good products, reliable, functional products. I also like aesthetically designed products, and the Fellow is nothing if not aesthetic. It's matte black metal. It has a walnut handle. It's just a dream to use. This kettle really makes like 2 good cups of coffee, but I don't care. I love it so much. It's so pretty. The one feature though that I really think is amazing, first off, it heats water way faster than our other kettle. Admittedly, that could just be due to the capacity, but it's very, very fast. It's very quiet too. The other thing though is it has a heat setting knob, so you can actually choose how hot you want it. So if like we're about to run out the door to church, sometimes I will boil the water a little less hot so that it's sippable at a quicker timeline when we're in the car on our way. I also really like that there's a like stay hot setting you can turn on, so you can boil the kettle and it'll basically get to that temp and hold that temp until you turn it off. It's probably one of my favorite kitchen things that we got last year, next to the next thing on the list, which is our toaster. This is another thing I've been looking at forever. Product design again. I stalk these things. So we finally purchased the Balmuda, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Balmuda Japanese steam toaster. Again, it's definitely a toaster whose features you can get in a cheaper toaster. This toaster was like $300, but I don't care. It was wedding money, and I wanted it. Anyone who knows me personally knows I've been eating English muffins for breakfast since middle school. Like English muffin with butter back then. I have now upgraded to English muffin with avocado on it. But an English muffin has been a staple in my breakfast forever. So I finally said, you know what? Spend money where you spend time, right? You should have a nice toilet. You should have a nice bed. You should have a nice toaster or whatever appliance you use the most, right? If it's coffee, get yourself a nice coffee maker. Like spend money where you spend time. You will get the cost per use out of that thing if you use it a lot. So toaster. Flash forward to this amazing steam toaster. Now, it hasn't like revolutionized the way that I have English muffins. I'm not here to say like the English muffins, like they hit different now. Like, no, they don't. They're fine. They're great. They're amazing. I mean, the consistency toast over toast is like amazing. But the thing I love about it is it has instructions on the top, which is actually a really cool thing from a UX perspective. So you don't ever have to look for the instruction book on like how to do different foods. But it also, does the little steam thing. So this toaster basically works off of that like life hack, I guess, of like putting a cup of water in the microwave with your pizza. It's that kind of concept. Since you put a little bit of water in the top of the toaster when you're toasting things, it's like steaming but also cooking the thing. So you end up with this like super like flaky kind of crust on the outside and then maintaining the softness of the dough in the center. So for a thing like a pastry or a pizza, it's really, really great. Very, very, very much one of my favorite products of 2022. I'm super, super happy with that one. Going into beauty products. Some of these I've been using and some of these are new to me, but There's just a little handful of things that I wanted to talk about that I've been really, really loving. So the first thing, which is the thing that I've used before, is this Peach and Lily night cream. It is so, so, so smooth. I love how it goes on. It is very deliciously scented. I'm like looking now for what they say it's actually been made out of. Acai berry and black ginseng extract combined with brightening arbutin and firming peptides to do the hard work while you get your beauty sleep. It's very much a subtle, fruity, like soft, wonderful scent. It's so, so nice. And I can attest, when Ashton passed, I had like some kind of breakout rash all over my face. And when that went away, I have since had some like dry, flaky patches, like that were clearly my skin sort of regenerating itself after whatever the heck it went through. Like stress, anxiety, extreme sadness, grief, those things usually show in my skin. So after I hadn't been using this, like I've used it in the past, but I hadn't been using it up until that point. I had been using, I don't even remember what, I'm always kind of cycling through different skincare products. I like Korean clean beauty products the best, but sometimes I'll just kind of go to Ulta and try something new. So I don't remember what I was using at the time, but when my skin started to flake, I was like, oh, I've got to get back to my basics. So I went and I bought my favorite face cream, which I really should include in this list, but it is the Bare Minerals like moisture rich cream. It has a rose gold top. It's super thick. It's my favorite winter cream. So I switched to that, and then I switched to this, which is my favorite night cream. It's also significantly thicker than some other stuff on the market consistency wise. But I also do find that when I wake up in the morning, wash my face and do my daytime routine, my skin is just like glowing because of whatever the heck this is doing overnight. So it is a very, very nice consistency. You can see here that like if I like go, I always do this back of the thumb because I have long nails, and you kind of grab a little bit, right? It's like a nice, like it stays where you put it, kind of moussey texture. And then you can just put it on your face and rub it in. It smells so good. I'm telling you, this is like such a luxurious product to use. And I mean, you're not going to see anything just like looking at the back of my hand, but it's goes on very nicely, very smooth, and it smells so good. Yes, and I'm telling you, when you wake up in the morning, your skin is just like, oh, thank you. So yeah, when my skin starts to act up, I usually fall back to my tried and trues, and this is one of them for sure. The next thing that I would say is a favorite product of mine is thebomb.com by Glossier. Glossier opened a store in Atlanta in Ponce City Market, and it's the first store in Georgia. And I had never been to a Glossier store because I live in Georgia, so I always order their stuff online. So I did go to the store. Not gonna lie, the customer experience was a little odd. They have you go into the store, it's showroom style, so you look at all the products and test them out, but there's no like product packages to pick up and like take to a counter and purchase. So you have to find a sales associate and be like, hello, yes, I would like to buy, and then remember which products it is that you wanted to purchase. Then they will swipe your card. They have little iPads. They just like check you out right there with them, and they'll tell you to wait. They go to the back, put all your stuff in those little Glossier like Ziploc pink bag that it comes in when you buy it online, and then they call your name and give it to you. Wasn't terrible. I just found that like when I got up to the sales associate finally, because it was kind of a wait to find somebody who was available, I couldn't remember what I wanted to buy. I actually had to go on their website to find the products and find like the exact colors I had wanted. And I just remember thinking, I don't know why I did this. Like, I feel like I could have just bought this online if I'm standing here on your website. So they have a few kinks to work out, but it was a very cute store. I'll pop some footage here of me in there. It's very aesthetic, super adorable. I definitely enjoyed going and seeing all the products in person. But thebomb.com, I'm just showing the basic color, like their generic one. It's not flavored or tinted, this one, but I did buy two. I bought the Swiss Miss one, which is kind of like based off of the Swiss Miss hot chocolate. So the scent is like that hot chocolate. And then I bought the coconut, I think. Coconut something. This is the Swiss Miss version. which I don't know if you can see. It's hard because I'm brown, but it's a brown tinted lip balm. And it does, to me, smell like the Swiss Miss hot chocolate. My husband hates the smell, so I don't know. It's anyone's guess. Maybe it's like, cilantro, where some people smell soap and some people smell hot chocolate. I don't know, but I like it. So I use it. I am shouting out this one because it's probably been the most consistent in my life, but I also have to shout out the other two new ones I bought. And then the hand cream, I think it's like tit for tat, like Chanel's like egg and this as far as product packaging goes. They're both super, super cute, super aesthetic, and they fit really nicely in small bags. So I haven't purchased the Chanel egg myself. I've been too obsessed with this cream, this hand cream. I have tried it, but your girl is dry. And the Glossier cream actually is better in my opinion. It's shea butter based and it's nice and thick, so a little goes a long way. And I'm that like washes hands and immediately lotions hands person, especially in the winter. So I personally prefer the Glossier cream just because, like I said, it's super hydrating. And then here's the Glossier hand lotion. It's so cute. It just says Glossier around the side like that. And then you open it up and it's got this little squeezy squeeze. So it comes out, like I said, it's super, this hand is just getting all of the product testing today, isn't it? But yeah, it comes out and it's pretty thick. Like you can see it's stiff. It holds its shape. It's not like a runny lotion. And that's like my number one. Like I hate super runny, watery lotions. I like a nice thick hand cream because your girl has dry skin. So yeah, this is my, and it also smells really good. It's so nice. It's like a really soft scent. I don't know if they say what it's supposed to smell like, but I'm going to link all of these products in the description box, so feel free to look if you are curious yourself. The next product I purchased that I really love, it's not really beauty. Not all of these are really beauty. They're kind of beauty companies. So I wouldn't necessarily say that this is beauty, but it sits right next to my lotion in my bag, so we're just going to cover it. So this one is the No Shinku, and the label's kind of rubbing off, but No Shinku hand sanitizer. It's super thin, which is a huge plus for me because I like to be able to carry it in my Louis Vuitton multi-pochette, the accessoire one with the two tiny bags. So it's quite tiny. That's like my favorite go everywhere bag. And I need something small and flat for that. I had the Touchland ones before, and I like those. Same thing, they're very small, flat, they fit in that bag, but they ran out. Like I bought a whole Disney gift set of 4 of them, and I'm already down to 1 of them. I mean, we're still in the world of like hand sanitizing everywhere, right? So I went through those like nobody's business. So I don't even remember how I found these. Maybe an Instagram ad that worked, but these are actually refillable. You can take the little top off and take this little plug out, and refill them with more liquid. So I actually purchased this with its matching bladder. This is the eucalyptus scent, and I got their refill for the scent. So when this ran out, I could open it up and fill it up with more. I have that one, and then I also have the lavender one, which says at my desk. So these two guys are super awesome. I just love how small and compact they are. I mean, like if I was going out and I just had my keys and phone on me, I could also throw one of these in my pocket and I would be good to go. So like, I mean, look, it's the same shape as my lotion. It's so great. And then the last kind of beauty product is my lotion, Versed. This is the Versed Retinoid, I think it says. Well, it's retinol body lotion. Press restart. This was definitely an ad that worked. Somebody was like, oh my gosh, if you have lines on your neck, buy this. I use retinol on my face and actually on my neck at night, and I haven't really seen huge improvements on my necklines, but I have definitely seen improvements on like acne scars and other spots that I've had on my face. This is really, really nice. I like how it goes on. I like how my skin feels after I use it. Again, can't really say like, oh my gosh, life-changing. But I'm including it in this video just because I enjoy using it, and clearly it's almost gone. It says it has squalene and cocoa butter in it, so you may be starting to learn. Your girl likes shea butters, thick lotions, anything that is going to really penetrate deep and hydrate my skin. The reason I actually purchased this was not for my neck, but for my legs. I have been getting full body waxes, so probably for like 5 or 6 years now, maybe even 7 years now, I don't remember, but it's been a minute. And one of the reasons I do that is because I have curly hair, and on my legs, I tend to get a lot of ingrown hairs. This helps a little bit to, keeping your skin hydrated and abrading it with a nice exfoliation when you're in the shower. All of those things kind of help to keep the ingrowns to a minimum. So I have had far, far less of them since I started to get waxed. Waxing is also a natural exfoliant, so it's great for your skin as well, but a good hydrating lotion will double down on that. So I have been using this since I bought it whenever in 2022, and I definitely can say I like it. The last thing in my sort of beauty category is this Chance Chanel, which is another, you can see I clearly loved it because it is gone. I bought this at Neiman Marcus in Phipps. I guess it's at Phipps Plaza. I can never remember. Phipps, for anyone who lives in Atlanta, you know this, but anyone else, Phipps Plaza is the really, really expensive mall. Lenox it has expensive stores in it, but it also has H&M Mall, and they're very close to each other in Buckhead. So I never can remember which mall I bought something at because they both have like nice store. I mean, there are some stores that they both have, so it's hard to remember which one has what sometimes. I think Neiman Marcus is at Phipps. Don't quote me on that, but I know I bought this at Neiman Marcus because it's also where I bought one of my other items, a belt that I'm going to get to very soon. But yeah, clearly I liked it. I used it a whole lot. It smells super good. It's gone. I'm planning to buy another bottle of this. I have about 5 perfumes on my little perfume shelf up here. I usually like to keep like 4 of those. I'll just keep buying the same perfume unless I straight up hate it. I have staples in my fragrance collection that I always buy. Right now it's Gucci Bloom, YSL Mon Paris, and Cartier Carrot are the 3 that I'm absolutely obsessed with. And then I buy Marc Jacobs Daisy just to have something to wear like every day that's kind of cheaper. Then right now I have this, which I'm probably going to repurchase. This is a new one I found this year, which is why it's on this list. And I have something by, I don't remember the name of the fragrance, but it's by Valentino. And that one I'm going to probably, when it's gone, buy something new and try something else because I'm not in love with it. That gives you kind of an idea of my like scent profile to tell you that if you like those, you might like this. I had number 5. I did like that, but it is a little bit of a stronger, more like musky smell. And usually I will wear more floral soft smells. So this is in line of like floral soft. Now to the fun categories. We have jewelry and fashion left. And we'll finish with a bang with the best thing I think that I bought last year. Jewelry, only 2 things in this category and I'm wearing them, so no worries. But I have my hoop earrings, which I had purchased at All Right. The little ones just behind them are my baby earrings. I've had them my entire life and I only recently started wearing them, but because they're such nice big chunky hoops, I wanted big chunky hoops to match in the front, so I went to All Right. AU Rate or All Right, I don't know how you say their name, but it's AU Rate. And I love them because they have both vermeil as well as solid gold options for all their jewelry, and they also have like all of the colors that, you can pick rose gold, yellow gold, or white gold for all of their styles. I liked Mejuri for a long time. They have since stopped selling rose gold though. This ring is actually from Mejuri, this one, and they no longer sell it in rose gold. It's only in yellow gold or white gold. That was actually the promise ring that my husband bought me before we got married, and it was super, super sweet, and I wanted to continue to use Mejuri after he purchased that, and then I went and looked, and they don't have rose gold anymore. So I have since switched to a lot of different places, but AU Rate is probably where I buy things from the most. A lot of my earrings are from them. I think these little bars in the back are also from them. So yeah, definitely love them. Clearly, they have so much of my money, but it's just a great place to get products that are rose gold. They're pretty affordable. And like I said, if you don't want to spend that much money, you can buy vermeil. So I think these and a lot of my bigger earrings are vermeil. They still like stand up to being on my ear when I'm at the pool or in the shower or like getting all my hair products all over them. It's pretty much the next best thing to solid gold, but I usually prefer to buy solid gold. I'll just not always get that for price reasons. But yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend them. The next thing I bought I think is a little bit more exciting probably. It is the Cartier Love Ring. So this is my wedding ring hand, and on this hand I have a thumb ring in the Love by Cartier style. I have been in love with the Cartier Love Ring for a long, long time. It's a very, very like classic staple, I would say. It's one of those, like, you know, Cartier makes a lot of very timeless pieces. I would say this is one of them. I have my eye on the bracelet as well. My 30th birthday is coming up, so I'm considering getting that for that. We'll see how things go. And after I got engaged, I was kind of looking for jewelry that matched the quality of my engagement ring, because all of a sudden I had this like amazing diamond ring on my hands, and all my tiny thin like Etsy rings that were super cheap and fashionable just looked so cheap and terrible next to this ring. So for a little bit of time there, I was on the hunt for rings that met the standard of what had been established now by my engagement ring, because here's a ring I'm about to wear every single day of my life for the rest of my life. So the other jewelry needs to come correct, you know. It can't be out here looking stupid next to this thing. So I figured Cartier was in that same echelon, and so I decided to get that. And then this ring is actually from the same place as my wedding stack, which is Anna Sheffield. My brain just fell out of my brain for a second there, but Anna Sheffield is where both my wedding rings and engagement ring and my husband's wedding ring are from. And I'll pop up a picture on the screen of his. It's very beautiful with gold, yellow gold with black diamonds, which is like, I never expected him to be into that, but he totally was, and it looks great on him. But yeah, this snake ring is also from them. I did not purchase this last year, so it's not included in this video, but just in case you were curious what I'm wearing on my fingies, that's what I wear. I think the other ring on this finger is from All-Right, so clearly I have a type as far as jewelry is concerned. The next category is probably going to be the most fun category. It's my fashion items. So my absolute most worn thing probably that I got last year is my Nike Air Forces. I'm kind of a sneakerhead. I'm not like gonna say I'm a sneakerhead because I don't really like follow sneakers. Like, you know, I'm not on like StockX buying like the Jordans when they go out of stock. Like, I'm not that much of a sneakerhead, but I am a sneakerhead in that I love to wear sneakers, and I have like far too many white sneakers. I'm kind of ashamed how long it took me to buy some Air Forces, because it's just like, you know, it's such a staple in the Black community. I feel like everybody has a pair of Forces, and I was over here wearing, I mean, admittedly wearing Adidas shell toes, which are another really great staple, but I was just like, why don't I just, you know, round out the set here and get some Air Forces? These aren't the classic Forces either. I can't remember what these like are technically called, but they have a little bit of a different sole. There's like a handful of things that probably the true sneakerheads could tell me are different about these sneakers. I don't remember anymore. I remembered when I bought them, but all I know is I love them and I wear them all the time. Next thing on my list is my Birkenstocks. You can probably also tell by like the toe marks in this how much these get worn. I would say I'm pretty much last year I was either wearing my Birkenstocks or my Air Forces. Like, if I was going somewhere, it was entirely weather determined which one of these I was wearing, but I was wearing one of these. Unless I was going somewhere nice, then I was wearing a pair of heels. But if I was going somewhere casual, it was Birkies or Forces. So yeah, I actually do own Birkenstocks, but this was the year of my husband owning his first pair of Birkenstocks, which was so hilarious. Our chiropractor, he has kind of flat feet, and so she was telling him, you probably want to wear a shoe that has better arch support to help support your arch, because your arch is kind of falling in. And he was like, I don't even remember he had a reaction, but he was kind of like, oh, okay. And then we go home and I'm like, you know, baby, we should get some Birkenstocks. Birkenstocks have great arch support. And he's like, Birkenstocks, you know, like Birkenstocks aren't cool. Like, what the heck? I don't want Birkenstocks. And I'm sat there like, no, Birkenstocks are the truth, bro. Definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend Birkenstocks. I'm not styling either of these because you know what they look like. I'm putting these on the list similar to the Revere as an honorable mention because they were not purchased, in fact, in 2022. I honestly don't remember when I purchased them, but I don't think I purchased them in 2022 because I distinctly remember I got them at a consignment shop that is now closed called Buffalo Exchange that was in Virginia Highlands. And at the time I was going for my dress fittings, which happened like end of 2021 into the beginning of 2022, going right into February, which was when we got married. So it's anyone's guess which year it was, but I definitely did not wear these much until this year. So I'm putting them as an honorable mention because they might have been purchased in 2022, but I definitely wasn't wearing them for sure until 2022. They are beautiful Michael Kors cow hair boots. They are cheetah prints. I love this color brown. It's like a chocolatey brown with the black, so they go with a lot. It's not like a bright golden brown like sometimes cheetah print can be. And they have a nice modest stiletto heel on the back, and then on the very, very back they say they have the Michael Kors little like bar here. So I'm telling you, when I was shopping at this consignment store, I saw these. I thought they were super cute. I was looking at the bottom of them with one of the sales associates, and I was just like, is this really the price? And she was like, I guess so. Like, both of us recognized that this was like a once in a lifetime find. Last year, maxi skirts and high boots became like my winter uniform. I was either wearing pants or I was wearing one of my longer skirts with these boots, and it was such a look. I have to put these in the list because they go very nicely with one of the items, maxi skirts, that was definitely purchased last year, and I don't think I wore these until I got that. So the next thing on my list is something you've seen me in a lot, which is, because I'm wearing one right now and I have definitely worn them in other videos, but it is silk shirts. So last year I discovered a brand called Quince, and I think this was another one that my friend Terry sent me, but Quince is a company that sells like high quality clothing at lower prices. They have this gorgeous leather motorcycle jacket that I'm looking at, but they also have washable silks, which they're not the only people who have this. There's a lot of people on the market now who have silk that is machine washable. You don't have to get it dry cleaned. These are so, so great because it's all of the benefits of silk. You know, they're 100% silk, but I can throw them in the wash. And yeah, I have to iron or steam them, but it's just so much easier to do that when I can wash them in my house and wash them as many times as I need to. I'm a sweaty girl and I live in the South, so it's hot here. So I can't be wearing stuff that I can't wash. You know, it's like, it's gonna get worn once and then never again. I love these, I live in these, I wear them all the time. I have one of the black, two in the white. I have one in a medium and then like an oversized large one. And then I also have a blush pink one and a skirt. So this is getting into kind of the fun stuff. But I did go to YSL with my bonus last year and treat myself to the YSL belt. This belt is everything. Because it's so thin, it goes with everything. It can go in pants, it can belt a dress, it can go in jeans. I usually prefer to wear my thicker Gucci belt with jeans, but I can also wear this belt with jeans. So like if I'm traveling, this is the only belt I take with me. Smooth calfskin leather. It's truly like the softest thing I've ever touched. Like in the store, I was just like, oh my God, what? This is how it feels. 10 out of 10 on those things. Then the last thing, which is definitely the most fun thing in my purchases for last year, is the thing you've all been waiting for, the Fendi bag. My Fendi bag is definitely my favorite purchase from last year. Now, excuse the noise, I do have it stuffed with some plastic because I don't use this bag all of the time. I'm putting a proper review of this bag up at a later date. I have filmed it already though, so I won't talk too much about my thoughts on this bag, but suffice to say I am obsessed with it. It's the Fendi Sunshine. It's huge. It holds literally everything while still being super fancy. I wanted a bag that was like luxurious, but could also hold a lot of things. So when I'm going to church and I need a fan, when I'm going to someone's baby shower and I need to stuff a gift in my bag, this is the bag I reach for, because it's like, okay, I'm going to an event where I want to dress up. You know, like we go to one of those churches where the ladies wear like the nice church hats. So I like to dress. Church is my excuse to take my nice things out of my closet and dress up. So this bag gets to come out at least once a week for that. But it's also like my event bag, just not my city bag. But yeah, this is a great bag. I'm obsessed with it. Everywhere I go, I get compliments on it. It is in the blush pink colorway, which surprises no one. But it's, yeah, 10 out of 10. Love this bag. This is hands down my favorite purchase of 2022. And I'm excited to go into this year with my new rules and just general all around better, I think, mentality around purchasing things. It's not the price, it's the use. It is the price if you're on a budget, save up for it. But still, if you think the more expensive item would serve you better and actually get fully used, then wait for that and do not buy the cheap thing. I have so many stories of me trying to get a look and buying just whatever was affordable and regretting my decision because I still wanted the nice thing, and you spend more money lifetime on the cheap things than the nice thing. So just buy the nice thing, Kelly. And that is the mentality of shopping that we're going to have going forward. I think 2022 was the first year of me thinking that way, thinking that, hey, yes, it's expensive, but also, hey, yes, you've been wanting it for a long time, so it's probably better to buy this thing and wait and save for this thing than to just shop frivolously and buy a bunch of things that you don't really want. So definitely in 2023, trying to continue that trend. All of that to say, I hope you enjoyed. Keep your eyes peeled for my Fendi bag review. I also never reviewed my Louis Vuitton multi-pochette. I bought it in 2020 when we weren't going anywhere, so that's mostly why, but I do have plans for tons of reviews on all of these luxury purchases that I have made. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.